Okay, so tomorrow we are going to be doing something where we have this piece of paper right here. This is a resource page I have posted on iLearn, and we are going to be creating a radius tape measure. All right, and so to create a radius tape measure, the first thing we have to do is cut off the edge of this paper. I'm going to make it straight so that we can have a tape measure to begin with. All right, so I folded it, and now I'm going to cut it. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, so I have here my radius tape measure. And now I have to start marking some radii on it. And the way to do that is I have to first fold this circle in half. All right, so you can see when I press the paper together how the lines don't line up exactly. But if I get them to line up exactly, I can fold this there. All right, close enough. All right, and this right here is my diameter. Now, if I could only find my pencil, fine, it's gonna have to be in pen. Ah, see, I wish I'd done it in pencil. All right, this right here, the x-axis. All right, now I just have to fold it perpendicularly. Line up these two right here. See, it would be an exact fold if I hadn't cut off part of the paper. Right? So now this line is the y-axis. So I can label some points, right? First points we found, which was 1, 0, 0, negative 1, 0, 1, and negative 1, 0. All right, and now I have this right here as my origin, the center, 0, 0. And so that means that any distance where it's from this point right here to any of these edges, that is the length of a radius. All right, and so now I really need a pencil. No pencil. It's annoying. I swore I just had one. There it is. Okay. So now I'm going to take my tape measure right here, and I'm going to make the mark of 1 radius. So again, from the center to any of these edges is the length of 1 radius. Because remember, a radius is the length from the center to the edge of any circle. And so I'm going to mark it from here. All right. So you see how I lined my paper up. The end of my tape measure, I lined up with the origin. And now I'm going to mark the edge of the circle. Okay, so this right here says 1 radius. Now I want to mark 2 radiuses, or radii. So I'm going to line up my 1 radius mark with the center. Line up the edge. This is 2 radians. Do the same thing again. 3 radians. Okay, but I also want half radius measures. So now if I take my paper and I fold it so that the end is lined up with the 1 radian mark, this right here is a half a radius. Similarly, I can find the 1.5 radius mark by matching the 2 radians and 1 radian together. Okay, this is 1.5 radian, or 3/2 of a radian. One more time. This right here is 2.5 radian, or 5/2 of a radian. All right, and there you have it. Our radius tape measure is done. All right, so now we are going to create an angle of length 1 radian. All right, and an angle of length 1 radian is the angle size, where if you take one radius, so the length of one radius of the circle, and wrap it around the circle the best you can. You go like there. You see how this 1 radian mark is lining up along the circle. I'm putting this corner starting at the positive x-axis. I'm going to mark right here where I have the 1 radian. And now, maybe use this as a straight edge. If I draw a line from the origin, or the center of the circle, to where that 1 radian mark, then this angle right here is an angle measuring 1 radian. Similarly, if I set this up for 2 radian, so you see where I have right here 2 radian on my radius tape measure, I wrap it around, it's right over here. So we have right here, I'm going to draw this line again. Then this measure is 2 radians. All right, and I keep it going. So I'm matching up the 2 radian with the 2 radian. Brings me to 3 radians, just above the negative x-axis. This right here, 3 radians. And so you'll notice it's just over 3 radians to get through half of a circle. Interesting. Just over 3. Maybe like, oh, I don't know. Looks almost like 3.1, maybe 3.14, 3.141. I don't know. Where am I going with this? I don't know. Anyway, so we can mark all of these radians on our unit circle right here. And then we can start noticing some